So just to recapitulate, we would say that every girl of Amanda's age, every child in fact, in teenage is Amanda, meaning every child does what Amanda does. Every child experiences what Amanda experiences. Because in the teenage also, the child is innocent and immature. And every parent, in particular mother, because mother has more the role in the upbringing of the child. Every mother also appears to be, not necessarily she is, but appears to be nagging, harsh, harassing, strict, etc., etc. Mother has the reason to do it because it is her responsibility to make her child grow as responsible and civilized and learn good manners. So when she observes that the child is not following those manners, then she has to correct it. Haven't you heard many a times, Anmol, when a child does something wrong, however, both the parents are equally responsible because both of them, they bring up their child. Now that gender bias is not there, yet everybody questions mother. Doesn't it happen?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody questions mother. Everybody asks in the school also. The people say, mother hasn't taught you. Mother didn't know this. You didn't tell mother. Mother didn't take care of this. What kind of mother is she? Etc., etc. Right? Because it is expected of mother to play an important role in upbringing of the child. And most of the time you will find that if you ask the children to give their judgment of their mother and father separately or individually, they would always say mother is caring. They would never say father is caring, but they would always say mother is more strict than the father. Why? Because mother has to nag. Mother has to stop. Because this is how mother is caring. She is taking care. She would not see whether the child likes me or not. But what she sees is what is good for my child. If it is needed for my child that I have to be harsh, I am harsh. Right? Sometimes the children say, they tell their mother, you are very bad. And some mothers, they say, yes, I am bad because I am mother. I don't mind being called bad. Towards the end, if it is good for you, no problem. Right? So that kind of bond is there between the mother and the child, and this kind of behavior of the mother and the child on the other side, this is somewhat natural. This is nothing unusual or abnormal. I hope you understand this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now in the third stanza, did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. Now the mother is asking, she's inquiring, why? Do you think that Amanda must have finished her homework, Anmol?
Maybe.
Maybe. Why would she ask them, did you finish your homework? Mother knows that her child is a bit careless. She has not finished. That's why she questions. When she questions, actually she points out, hey, you have to do your homework. She has to remind. Yes, here I would say that instead of nagging, the mother needs not be loud and aggressive. She can be a little polite also. Just as, for example, she said, did you finish your homework, Amanda? She could say, Amanda, I hope you have finished your homework. Amanda would immediately say, no, mom, it's left. Or if completed, yes, I have completed. Right? So certainly the mother has also to learn. If the child has to learn to follow the mother's advice, mother has also to learn not to nag the child time and again. Why? Because mother should be able to read the mind of the child. That is very tender. As I said, in the teenage, the children are not that big that they understand everything. They are still growing, right? They are still growing. So, and then to another important thing here, what I was thinking is, this is the time of their life when so many changes, biological changes also happen in their body. And they also affect the temperament of the child. At least an educated mother, she understands this and she should have taken care. Right? Okay. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Mother inquires from Amanda whether she has finished her homework or not. It means she doubts. Why she doubts? Because Amanda seems to be careless. Did you tidy your room, Amanda? Then she wants to be sure whether Amanda has cleaned her room or not. Maybe Amanda is in the habit of leaving her room uncleaned. She might not be a responsible child that she would take care. When she leaves her room, she has to keep it cleaned. That's why mother is inquiring. I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. Now, this very line clearly suggests that Amanda is not responsible. She is careless. That's why mother says, I thought I told you. I thought I remember. I told you to clean your shoes. Meaning she finds that the shoes are still not cleaned. So this is a reminder she gives to her, hey, you have to clean your shoes as well. Right? Now here, the summary of this stanza. In this stanza, the mother scolds Amanda by inquiring whether she has finished her homework or not, she has arranged her room or not, and she has cleaned her shoes or not. These lines clearly indicate that Amanda is a careless girl who doesn't finish her homework, nor does she take care of her belongings. Yes, if the child is not careless, the mother would not nag unnecessarily. Every mother knows her child very well. If the child is disciplined, child is very responsible, child is very careful, mother would not keep on asking. But if the child is irresponsible or careless or is not very careful, then mother has to nag. Her mother gets angry finding Amanda as lazy. She finds that she's lazy, she's not doing her work properly. And then she scolds her. Then she nags her. Right? Yes. In these very lines, the poetic device is repetition. You can easily identify.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you? Right? And Amanda. Okay. Do you find any other poetic device here?
No, ma'am.
No, but I find it here. I have just spotted. Here it is alliteration, right? You, your. Okay? You, your is alliteration. Fine?
Okay,
So
ma'am.
you will add it yourself, okay? Yes. Now the next stanza, the lines are in bracket. That means Amanda is just not listening to what mother says because she is lost in her own world of imagination. Earlier, she had been in the world of, earlier she had been in the green sea in her imagination. And she was dreaming of herself as a mermaid, as free and independent as a mermaid. And now in this dream world, what does she dreams of herself as? I'm an orphan, roaming the street, I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. The last line clearly indicates that Amanda, she is seeking for silence, that is peace and freedom. At home, she is not enjoying peace and freedom because she is continuously being nagged by her mother. She says, I am an orphan. Who wants to be an orphan? No one. But you just imagine, just think about it. That reflects how stressed, how disturbed, and how depressed Amanda is. That she would prefer to be an orphan. Orphan, do you know?
Yes, ma'am.
The child who has lost the parents, right? She wants to be that child. Why she wants to be that child? So that she can escape her mother's scoldings and she can live in peace and freedom. If she is an orphan, the mother would not be there to impose her restrictions on her. Mother would not be there to point out one or the other thing. So basically what it is, she wants freedom and peace. That's why she thought of being an orphan roaming the street. An orphan child is roaming the street, wandering in the streets freely, aimlessly. Can you do so? You cannot do so. Why? You will not be allowed to. Because you are being looked after by your parents. Because you are being checked by your parents. But an orphan child doesn't have anyone to check his activities. An orphan child does not have anyone to ask him, to stop him, to pinpoint at him, to point out anything to him. So he is free. So Amanda thinks if she becomes an orphan, oh, she would enjoy independence, freedom. She would move anywhere in the street and nobody would question her. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. Bare feet, when you are not wearing anything on your feet, no chappals, no shoes, right? She said she wants to become an orphan so that she goes out in the streets and she makes patterns, she makes a different design on that very soft dust which has dirtied her bare feet. Her feet have become dirty because she is walking on the dust in the street. And thus she is making designs, she is making patterns with her feet. Just as, for example, you can see these footmarks. These footmarks imprinted by the one who is walking in the dust. And why she wants to do so? Because she thinks that silence and freedom, they both are precious. Silence, that is peace. Being away from the nagging. She doesn't want to be stressed. She doesn't want to be restricted. She wants peace. She doesn't want to hear any human sound. She doesn't want to hear anyone. So that's how she wants peace. And freedom is sweet. And she wants to enjoy freedom because when she becomes an orphan, there will be no human in her life to check her. I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now here is the summary. The lines in stanza 4 are also in bracket because they express Amanda's imagination. She has moved to the world of her creation just to escape her mother's harshness. The world of her creation is her imagination. Why, after every short interval, she moves to that world of imagination? Because she wants to escape the nagging behavior of her mother. She imagines as if she is an orphan, wandering around the street with freedom. There is no one to stop her or to check her movement. She enjoys making patterns in the dust with her bare feet, which have become dirty with the dust. She wants freedom and peace. In the last line, she considers silence and freedom very precious. She thinks that there would be silence if she is an orphan, because she wouldn't have to face her mother's instructions repeatedly. So this is the reason that she wants to be an orphan. And then she just imagines that if she becomes an orphan, how she would live. In this way, she would be free. She believes that she has been deprived of her silence, means peace, and her freedom. She believes that while staying with her mother, she is deprived of peace and freedom. Her mother does not let her be at peace because she keeps on making her perturbed by asking one or the other thing. She has lost her freedom because mother keeps on checking her. Mother does not allow her any liberty, any freedom. Her mother's continuous nagging has taken away her silence and freedom. She seeks to have the two, that is silence and freedom. Right? And the poetic device here is metaphor. Please identify that. Yes, Anmol?
The silence is golden.
Right. And the freedom is sweet. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Silence has been compared to gold and freedom has been compared to sweet things. Do you find any other poetic device here?
Ma'am, rhyming.
Yeah, rhyming is there. Throughout the poem, there is the rhyming that we'll discuss in the end.
Okay.
Any problem here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, this is her world of imagination, but her mother has not stopped it. Her mother continues scolding her. Now, what she says, don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? Mother now scolds her for eating chocolates. Mother knows that she is fond of chocolate, but she is eating too much of the chocolate. Excess of everything is bad. This is what mother understands. A child does not know, a child does not understand that this is something one is eating is not good for his or her health. Being a mother, she understands that better. That's why she stops her from eating chocolate, because remember your acne, Amanda. Because whenever she eats chocolates, she gets acne. Acne is pimples on her face. I hope you know pimples.
Yes, ma'am.
She gets pimples on her face. So mother is ultimately concerned about Amanda's health, Amanda's appearance, Amanda's looks. She wants her daughter to look beautiful. She does not want her to spoil her face with chocolates, that her face gets pimpled, right? That's why she stops her. But when mother stops, the mother appears very harsh, very strict, an imposing woman to her daughter, Amanda. Amanda does not respond to whatever mother says. She does not react to whatever mother says. Why do you think that she does not respond or react?
Ma'am, because she was thinking about her imagination.
Yes, because she is lost in her world of imagination, right? So when mother finds that she is not reacting, then she draws her attention and she very authoritatively and aggressively she says, will you please look at me? When I'm speaking to you, Amanda, please look at me, meaning please do not ignore. Do not ignore what I am saying. Amanda tries to avoid that situation. She wants to ignore, but mother would not let her ignore. And that would be causing discomfort to Amanda. Right? Yes. Here, Amanda's mother stops her from eating chocolate. Perhaps Amanda is fond of eating chocolate like many other children of her age. She reminds Amanda that she gets pimples on her face whenever she eats chocolate. The mother tells her to listen to her and follow her advice. Now you see that throughout the poem, time and again, mother says, Amanda, don't do this, Amanda, don't do that, Amanda. Listen to me, Amanda. Look at me, Amanda. Why does she refer to Amanda time and again as Amanda, Amanda?
Ma'am, to advise her.
Okay, yes, she
And
is giving an advice to her only, but when she repeats Amanda, it means she is putting an emphasis. She is emphatically trying to draw her attention to follow her advice. Right? That Amanda understands that whatever mother is speaking, she is speaking this for Amanda only, nobody else. Because her mother wants all this for her own daughter. Is that clear? So there can be a question why Amanda has been repeated so many times in the poem. So you would say that because the mother here is addressing Amanda, her daughter only, and she wants to emphatically tell her daughter that her daughter should follow her advice, which is meant for her only. Right? It seems that Amanda is so perturbed. She is so perturbed, she is so disturbed, or she is so stressed that she does care enough to listen to her mother. Sorry, it should be she does not care enough to listen to her mother. She thinks it is not important to listen to her mother. Mother is certainly giving her advice, but she is loud. Why Amanda is not listening to mother? Mother is giving an advice, but mother is very loud when she gives an advice. As I told to you that why she, when she said, did you finish your homework, Amanda? She had been loud. Had she said, Amanda, hope you have finished your homework? Now you see that there is a difference. Did you finish? Or hope you have finished? There is a lot of difference, right? But mother is definitely aggressive. She is loud. That makes Amanda unhappy or anxious. So the mother has to be very careful while disciplining her child. Mother has the responsibility, mother has the aim to discipline her child, but she needs to be very careful because when the mothers, they give advice or instructions to the children, they just forget what is going on in their mind. What is the psychology of the children? Sometimes mothers, they start giving instructions in front of their friends. That is causing a lot of embarrassment to the children. So it is not so that the children have to be respectful to the parents. The parents have also to be respectful to the children's feelings. They should be able to read the child's mind and then discipline them. I always believe that the parents should be firm. They should not be strict, but they should be firm. Firm is, you can say, you can tell your child something, but formally, you are not going to change it. And very politely, you are telling. Is that clear? Yes. Now, poetic device here is repetition. Where is the repetition?
Amanda, Amanda, Amanda. Who's lying?
Amanda. has been repeated thrice. Fine? Any problem?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now in the next stanza, again, this next stanza is in bracket. Because Amanda is still in the world of her imagination, but this is a new world now. She transcended from the world of mermaid and an orphan to the world of Rapunzel. Have you heard the story of Rapunzel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Otherwise, I have given the link here. You can read the story, and any of your friends who don't know, just give them this link to read the story. Okay? Yes, I'm Rapunzel. I'm not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I'll certainly never let down my bright hair. Now she thinks herself to be Rapunzel. She imagines herself to be Rapunzel if she becomes Rapunzel. I am not a care. Then she would have no worries. Why? Because like Rapunzel, she would also live her life in a tower. The tower where, if you have read the story, you must be knowing that a dirty witch has captivated her in that tower, from where she was not allowed to move out. However, that tower was like a jail for her, but Rapunzel was living peacefully there. She was living peacefully. It was unusual, but it was uncommon. But she was in peace because she was not being disturbed. Yes, the witch would come, which would disturb. And Rapunzel, she had very long hair, as you can see in the picture. Whenever the witch had to come to the tower, Rapunzel, she would just let her hair down, and witch would climb up into the tower with the help of these hair. So one day, a prince comes who is charmed by Rapunzel. That prince also comes to the tower with the help of this long hair only, right? But Amanda is a bit different from Rapunzel. Amanda says that Rapunzel would let her bright hair down. But she said, I will certainly never let down my bright hair. She would not allow her hair go down. Why? Because she does not want any human company. Rapunzel had to let her hair down. That is to help the witch or the prince. They were humans. Right. But Amanda does not want any human presence in that tower. Now, this clearly suggests what? That she has become sick. She has become sick of the presence of humans around her due to the nagging behavior of her mother. She does not want any humans around. She wants to escape human company so that she may live in peace and freedom. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Amanda is still lost in her dreams. She imagines herself to be Rapunzel, who lived in a tower in a quiet room. The meanings are given there. Amanda imagines that the life of Rapunzel must have been very peaceful and fantastic in the tower. This is her imagination. Rapunzel was a princess with long golden hair. Her hair was so strong that she used to drop her hair from the watchtower she was living in, and her Prince Charming used to climb by using her hair. The witch also used to climb by using her hair. So she wants to live a peaceful life like Rapunzel. She thinks that she will be free in the peaceful environment of the tower because there will be no human presence, but she doesn't want to let her hair down. She doesn't want to drop her hair down. She doesn't want her peace to be disturbed anyhow. If she drops her hair down, it means she is helping someone to climb up. But she was a little bit unlike Rapunzel. She did not want to help anyone because she did not want any disturbance by humans. She seeks a life which is away from any other human form. She doesn't want anyone to come to the tower. She wants complete solitariness, loneliness, so that she could have complete peace. So it clearly reflects that how much disturbed and stressed she is. These lines clearly reflect Amanda's state of mind, that she is stressed due to the nagging behavior of her mother. Mother keeps on advising, mother keeps on nagging, but the mother does not peep into the mind of Amanda. She does not try to read her mind. What is her state of mind? Every parent should understand why the children require the counseling. When the parents are unable to control their child, then only they take their child to the counselor. And why they are unable to control? Because in the beginning, they do not try to understand the psychology of the children. They just impose their own rules. They just impose what they think it is good for the children on them. Because everything is not good for every child. Every child has a different temperament, right? Yes. Here, any poetic device do you find apart from the rhyming scheme?
And imagination.
Imagination is there, but yes, then you can say imagery here, right? I haven't written here. You must add imagery here, right? A beautiful imagery of Rapunzel letting down her bright hair. Okay, shall we go to the next?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, in the last stanza, the mother finds Amanda is not reacting. She is quiet. She appears to be bad-tempered, sulking. Sulking is bad-tempered. She is looking annoyed, angry, upset. So mother turns to her. Now, what do you think when, if Amanda is looking sad or upset, what do you think mother should have done? Yes, Anmol?
Ma'am, talk with her.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Is she right when she says, stop that sulking at once, Amanda? You're always so moody, Amanda. Anyone think that I nagged at you, Amanda? Is mother right here?
No, ma'am.
No. She should have inquired. She should have asked, Amanda, dear, what happened? Why are you upset, child? I'm saying all this for you only. Okay, come on, sit here. Let's be friends. Something of that kind. Isn't it? It is not so that right from morning till late night, I mean that in don't. Do's and don'ts mother is giving. At times I have spotted the children, you know, that at times I have spotted the children crying while standing, while waiting for the bus at the bus stand. Sometimes I found one or two students crying in the school. When they reached the school, they just threw their back in the classroom and they were just standing outside in the corridor in a corner and they were crying. When asked, then I got to know that yes, there had been a conflict between the child and the mother. So this is what the parents should understand. Okay, stop that sulking at once, Amanda. Mother finds that Amanda is looking upset. Instead of being friendly, humble and polite to her, she is still harsh and loud with her, telling her why she is becoming angry. You're always so moody, Amanda. Amanda, you are always bad-tempered. You're always angry. You're always upset. You're always sitting like this. So what is it? Instead of changing her own mood, the mother rather keeps on complaining. If Amanda's mood is not changed, is mother's mood changed? No. This is what we, the elders, do not understand. Anyone would think that I nagged at you. At the same time, mother is conscious about her image, about her reputation in the neighborhood. Oh my God. If she is upset like this, if she is angry like this, then the people in the neighborhood, they would think that the mother is nagging, she is dominating, she is authoritative. So mother is conscious about her reputation also. She is not conscious that she has to read her child's mind, so she has to change herself, but she is conscious that if Amanda does not change her behavior, then the people in the neighborhood would have a wrong impression of the mother. Right? Neighbors have nothing to do between the mother and the child. But the mother has to decide. Why I say mother has to decide? Yes, there are certain things which the child should also understand, but we do not expect so much from the child because the child is innocent and immature. Amanda is not a very grown-up girl. She is in the teenage. She has not yet stepped into the adulthood that she would be understanding. She is not mature yet. She has just started growing. So we cannot expect from Amanda to understand everything, but we do expect from mother to behave herself. However, we know whatever the mother is doing, she is doing it for the betterment of her child. I hope you understand what I said.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, here is the summary. Amanda is lost in her own world. She does not react to what mother says. Mother keeps on saying, Amanda does not say anything. Yes, mom. No, mom. This is not right, mom. No argument, nothing. The mother thinks that her daughter is annoyed. She can read expressions of her daughter. She reads the facial expressions, but she does not read the mind of the child. She further complains that Amanda is always bad-tempered. She is always cheerless. She is never cheerful. Mother is now conscious about her image in the society, her reputation. She is worried that Amanda's odd behavior may tarnish her image, as the people would think that her mother is a dominating and nagging woman. She is afraid, oh my God, she is so loud all the time. And Amanda has not changed herself. So ultimately, what the people in the neighborhood would think, that mother is shouting all the time, she's so nagging. The mother wants to prove herself as a responsible parent who makes all efforts to make her daughter grow as a civilized and disciplined child with good manners. This is the sole purpose of the mother actually. She thinks she is a very responsible parent. So she has to teach her all manners and she has to make a disciplined and civilized child. But under this impression, what she does, what she is doing, perhaps she does not understand that she hurts Amanda. She hurts Amanda emotionally and mentally. This is what the parents have to understand. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any poetic device you find here? Only repetition,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Okay. Yes. Now this is the theme of the poem. Could you think of the theme of the poem?
Ma'am, the poem is revolving around the life of teenager
Uh-huh.
and the manners given by the parents.
Okay.
Just
All right. What you said is the key point of this poem. How this has to be developed and elaborated, here it is, theme of the poem. I would really like if you read theme of the poem. Yes.
the central theme of the poem is the upbringing of a child. While it is important for parents to teach their children what is right and wrong and instill good manners in them, they also need to be sensitive towards the wishes of the child. They should give their children some freedom also. Excessive nagging makes them defiant and rebellious.
Yes, just a minute. Excessive nagging makes them defiant. Defiant meaning when they stop obeying you, right? When they disobey you. And rebellious, they would argue with you. They would just refuse to listen to you. So the children, when the parents are not giving them freedom, the children, they become rebellious, stubborn. Yes, carry on, please.
They just refuse to respond or to react what the parent says. They develop a dislike for the real world and seek comfort and peace in the world of imagination created by them.
Yes, why do they go into the world of imagination? Because the real world does not give them peace and freedom. That's why they weave a new world in their mind and they start daydreaming. In the dreams, they go to a beautiful world and they just forget themselves for some time that what they are in the real world. That gives them temporary comfort only, but they enjoy that, right? Yes, carry on.
In simpler words, a healthy bond between the parents and the children is needed. The parents should also understand the young children's psychology. They should be able to read the children's mind as they are innocent and immature so that they become respectful and responsible towards their parents.
Yes, the balance, the relation has to be balanced. Parents think that we are parents. What we are saying is right. So you have to follow us. That's right. But at the same time, the parents have to understand that the children also have the feelings. So they should be allowed that space, they should be allowed that freedom to express their feelings, right? Then only, and those parents who give that freedom to the children, they are all those children, they are always respectful and responsible towards their parents, right? So with this theme of the poem, we conclude the poem here, right? Thank you very much. If any problem anywhere, you can always ask me or post the doubt in the forum, right?
Yes, ma'am.